Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, July 18th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candle that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market is still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, we are looking at LCID. Monster move today, huge volume, and now a good pattern here headed into Friday. So let's get this mapped out. So the first part of this pattern is just the upper resistance trend line of it right there, and then the bottom part of the pattern. We have this area down here. So let me change that to green to represent support. And then just to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it all the same color here. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big upwards move right here. And then for you golfers out there, try to make it a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure or guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price does something like this and then it breaks up through there, that break could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a valid scenario. So again, guaranteed to happen? Of course not. But is it a valid question to throw out there? Absolutely. So if you like this price range down below $5, you like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one here, BBAI. Been doing this one very routinely. And finally, the price pushed up through that level, which I've been talking about quite a bit over the past couple of videos at $7.20. And you can see with the breakout, very nice upwards move. And now we transition into what I just talked about. So I'm going to go through this one very quickly because you literally just heard me talk about it. And I want to respect your time as much as possible. So we have our area of resistance right there. We have our area of support right there. Change that again to green for sport. And just because I can't help myself, let's keep it all one color. So we have resistance, we have support, we have that, again, big explosive move right there. We have the golf hole down here. So yes, we are looking at another bull pennant pattern. So a little bit more of a pricier stock, still down below the $10 mark, but I know some people prefer to stay down below the $5 mark. But nonetheless, however you want to look at it, another bull pennant pattern, and the big upwards move on BBAI continues. Next one here, OPEN. Have been tracking this one very closely. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. The first key update is just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So moving forward, the ideal level of support, I mean, if you say, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? That would be if the price could stay up there above the $1.47 mark. Now, if the price falls below there, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could stay above there, that would be a great sign of power. Taking a step back, though, and looking at things from the bigger picture point of view, that is where the purple line here comes into play, the 50-period simple moving average. Keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So that's basically an overall trend line that's drawing itself for you. Again, it's not a trend line per se. It's a moving average. But I do like to call moving averages trend lines for lazy people, because if you don't feel like drawing a trend line, we'll let this trend line draw itself for you. So point being that from the overarching standpoint, assuming you care about the big picture point of view, as long as the price is above that purple line, the bulls 100% own the chart. In terms of areas of resistance and levels to keep an eye on moving into Friday, I think that's a very interesting trend line right there. Again, no guarantees, but in my opinion, is it plausible to think that if the price does something like this and then gets a break up through there, that break right there has a very legitimate chance of making more upside and producing more upside buying pressure? Yeah, I think that's a valid scenario. So definitely keep an eye on it. But all in all, the uptrend continues here on OPEN with higher highs and higher lows. Next one here, BTOG. And once again, I'm going to go through this one quicker because it's turned into the day of a bull pennant pattern. So we have our area of resistance right here. We have the area of support down here, and then just to keep it all the same color, just to make sure you see it, resistance, support, nice move up right here, golf hole down here. I'd say the biggest difference here is this one just happens to be on a penny stock. So maybe you like bull pennants, but you prefer to trade penny stocks. Well, here you go with BTOG. Next one, ABVE, and yeah, I feel kind of bad, but some days this is just what it is. So some days you have a ton of the same pattern, but bull pennants, bull flags, they're solid patterns. But some days you'll never see these at all. But a day like this, there are a lot of them. So there's our resistance and support, and just to make sure that we all continue to see it. So you're going to be an expert at bull pennants by the end of this. So there's our support and resistance. There's the big move up. There's the golf hole down here. So we're looking at yet another bull pennant pattern. So if you like stocks down below $10 and you like bull pennants, you're going to have a problem tomorrow. That problem being so many choices to choose from. Real quick, I did want to take a break though and address a certain portion of you that I'm sure watch these videos, and that's those of you that fall under the pattern day trader rule. You would like to be a day trader, but you don't have that $25,000, so you are handcuffed by those 3 day trades every 5 days. But if you are interested in becoming a day trader and having unlimited day trades every single day, then check out the link that you've been seeing at the top of the screen, and I'll put in the description box too, because that gives you access to a market where there is no pattern day trader rule. And it is open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. And if you go to that website and you use code CLAY, you'll be able to take advantage of the promotions. And yes, you could get yourself $50K of buying power for only $102. So I know maybe it sounds a little too good to be true, but it's not. It's what I've been doing and what I am doing. And if you want to see it live in action, then yes, I have been live streaming. So you should definitely check it out. I stream live every day at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you can check that out. But yes, if you are frustrated and annoyed by the pattern day trader rule, you want a solution, you want to become a day trader immediately, then definitely check out that link. Next one here, I lied. It was NVD. It should have been NVDA. So yes, there was a little bit of a jump cut. If you go back, you would have noticed it just said NVD, but I meant NVDA. So I was like, wait a second, that doesn't quite look right. But here we are, and great day here for NVIDIA. Yesterday, I talked about how it had broken that trend line and had at least gone sideways. So the question moving into today, and as I talked about in yesterday's video, was, okay, is this some sort of leading indicator that maybe there's more to come? And we got our answer here. And yes, another nice move in the upwards direction. And yeah, you guessed it, the nice move in the upwards direction has just created the ability to, once again, draw the bull pennant pattern. So we have our area of resistance right there. We have the bottom part of the pattern right there. And then just to keep it all the same color, we have resistance, we have support, we have the nice upwards move right here. So another bull pennant pattern on NVIDIA. So now we've left the the right price range of down below $10. We're at a more pricey stock, but then again, even if you trade options, then this may be a way to get involved with this bull pennant here on NVIDIA. But overall, another great day here for NVIDIA and another bull pennant. Next one, WINT. A rough looking chart. I'm not going to say it's game over. It's kind of an ugly looking chart, but as many of you are not, you know what I'm going to say next. There can be opportunity in the ugly, but when you stop and think about the fact that this thing opened up when its high is right there, and then after, true story, I think some people bought right there. Hopefully they had stop losses because there was a very big pullback. But within this, the chart is now entering into some very interesting locations. And that first key level that stands out to me is right here at essentially the gap close location. So let's put that as a support. But the other part on top of the gap close location is you also have that purple line right down around that same area, which is the 50-period moving average. So it's kind of a double whammy of support. Now, just because it's a quote-unquote double whammy of support doesn't guarantee anything. My point here is it is at least valid. It's at least plausible to think that the price could come down here, bounce around, and then curl back upwards. That is a plausible scenario, but again, not guaranteed. Therefore, risk management always matters most. But if you do like to play charts that are looking ugly, but then they're also approaching those areas where, maybe the ugly is going to end right there and it starts to look pretty again. In my mind, right around that 95-cent mark, again, guarantees nothing, but it's an area where I think it's worthwhile to throw a question mark there of maybe that's the point where the ugly starts to turn pretty once more. Next one here, SBET. Now this will mean way, way, way more to those of you that watched the video from yesterday, because I talked about both these areas, and both these areas today played out. You just can't make this stuff up. Now, I'm not offended if you're like, whatever, you just put, I don't believe you. That's fine. All you got to do is go back, watch the video, the top 10 video from yesterday on the 16th, and you'll see that I marked these levels out. And I say that because opening part of the day, you can see the price started right there, got rejected right at that red line resistance that I talked about. So moral of the story going into Friday, $39. Still going to be that key battleground from the resistance side of things. And then it pulled back. And again, you can't look at, I promise I have not moved that green line. If you don't believe me, just go watch the other video. Right there, bounced right off of the bottom part that I mapped out there at 32.35. So both these levels are still in play. They both played a role in today's action. So moving into Friday, it's essentially just a question mark of who is ultimately going to win out of this battle, or is this sideways channel just going to remain in effect? So does the price get a break in one way or another, or does the price just continue to chop around in the sideways channel? So that'll be the main question mark. But the key dynamic here is the sideways movement has certainly been defined. Top of the channel resistance 39, bottom of the channel support 32.35. So grab your popcorn for Friday. Next one here, QBTS, and yes, you guessed it, we are going back to the bull pennant pattern. I can't remember. This might be a record-setting day of the amount of bull pennants around the market. And there's obviously more than 10 ticker symbols in the market, so there are even more bull pennants out there. But just one of those things where some days this is kind of how the top 10 goes. So we have our resistance, we have our support. You got the big move up. So there's the bull pennant right there, golfing down here. And yeah, sure, I could change things up. But at the end of the day, I want to bring you things with liquidity. I want to bring you things with a whole lot of volume. And that's one of the key things. And right down here, you can see it was a high volume day. So volume is a big part of trading. So sure, I could find something that maybe has very little volume. But as traders, we want to be able to maneuver within a trade. And volume plays a big role in that maneuverability. But the volume is strong. So yeah, once again, looking at another bull pennant. Next one here, TSLA Tesla. And not a whole lot to report. Now, of course, today it was a pretty eventful day. Price came up here, then got smacked all the way down there, and then it's trying to make a little bit of a recovery. So yeah, fair enough. Today, pretty volatile day, but taking a step back, everything is pretty much still in place that I talked about previously. Now, the good news is that at one point, the price had actually broken down below that area of support right there. But you can see beautiful, beautiful bounce right off that purple line there, the 50-period moving average. But even with that bounce, you can see the price got right back to getting up above that level. So that was good to see. So from a broader scope of things, sure, not ideal to see the price pull back like it did here. But again, from the big picture point of view, and let me just illustrate that much more by zooming out, you can see that, let me just get rid of that level as a sort of purpose, but you can still see that overall, the trend very still much so in the bullish direction. So yes, there is that matter of perspective. If you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 seconds, well then, yeah, sure. This movement here, not ideal for you, but assuming you do care about the overarching viewpoint of things, the trend is still plenty in the bulls' favor, and the bulls are hanging on. So yes, do you want to see the price ideally maintain above this area right here? Even if it doesn't, I would consider a way more important level of support down there with that pink line, the 200-period moving average, right now valued at, we'll call it 312.50. And then yes, if the price does try to bounce back upwards, nothing new here to report. Still the key area of resistance right up there at 325.50. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here, make sure you hit that like button. And then once more, if you are interested, you want to be a day trader, you want to have unlimited day trades every single day, then make sure you check out that link and get signed up, because that is going to put you into a market, which quite frankly, the market moves better than stocks do anyways. And on top of that, you don't have any pattern day trader rule. The market's open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, and you can have yourself a very nice, basically at the end of the day, you're going to be able to day trade. And I remember when I got started, that was always a big thing for me. I wanted to be a day trader. I wanted unlimited day trades, but I was trapped under that pattern day trader rule. So if that is you and you're looking for a solution, this would be your solution. So check out that link. And then if you decide to move forward, make sure you use code CLAY so that you can get all the promotions available. So let me know if you have any questions down in the comment box. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one.